Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, January 9th. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, drivers across the region had to use extra caution early this morning as many streets were coated with ice. Most major roads were treated with sand, salt, or a brine mixture, but sidewalks, driveways, and side streets were often treacherous. Schools in southern Maryland were closed today due to the icy conditions. Montgomery and Prince George's public schools, including Ernest Just Middle and Mitchellville, operated on a 2-hour delay. By 9 a.m., the temperature had risen enough to melt much of the ice.
Meanwhile, icy roads in Montgomery County caused the school bus with multiple passengers to steer off the road early this morning. The accident happened around 9 a.m. on Tulip Lane off of Glen Mill Road in Potomac. The student driver and the aide were safely removed from the bus. No injuries were reported as a result of that accident.
Well, federal health officials approve an extension of Maryland's all-payer hospital model. The authorization grants the state the ability to regulate how much hospitals can charge through 2019 in exchange for having the U.S. government cover a larger share of Medicare costs. Supporters say it's one of the strongest steps the state can take to fulfill a federal requirement to lower its annual Medicare costs by $330 million. The move also ensures that Maryland's health system won't falter after its existing contract expires in December 2018.
Well, more on the health front. A day before the session in Annapolis begins, a number of lawmakers gathered to introduce a proposal that they say will save the Affordable Care Act in Maryland. Some 20 million Americans and 400,000 Marylanders have benefited from the ACA. However, the Trump administration's tax plan would gut the federal individual mandate in the insurance plan. Today, Delegate Joseline Pena-Melnick, Senator Brian Feldman, and others introduced a proposal that they said would replace the mandate and hold down insurance costs.
The gutting of the individual mandate is a serious problem for keeping the Affordable Care Act alive and working. That's why it is very, very important, we believe, that this session, Maryland enact the health insurance down payment proposal, and that will, we hope, be a model for the nation.
We have a mandate, but we don't stop there. We don't we don't stop with a decision by some folks to drop out of the system, impose them a penalty, and say that's enough, you're out of the system, we're going to impose a penalty. No, we're going to the next step. We're presenting those same folks with the opportunity to make a rational economic decision. We're saying instead of just paying the penalty and being off the rolls, we're going to take those dollars and deploy them in such a way as to use it as a down payment to allow you to make a decision to actually purchase health insurance. This is, again, the first state in the nation to tackle it in this way. I think, again, it's very, very exciting, and in all candor, it makes a lot of sense.
154,000 Marylanders enrolled in insurance under the Affordable Care Act for 2018. The Trump administration's decision to cancel the temporary protected status, also known as TPS, for hundreds of thousands of Salvadorans is upsetting many. Under the program, they have been protected from deportation because of conflict or natural disaster in their country. Salvadorans now have until September of next year to leave the U.S. or find a way to reside here legally. In a statement, Prince George's Council Chair Danielle Glaros said Maryland would suffer economically and in other ways if members of that community are forced out. We also spoke with Delegate Joseline Pena-Melnick in Annapolis for reaction.
What he did is really very disappointing. It's going to affect over 200,000 people. They now are living, with uncertainty. A lot of them are going to lose their jobs as well. It's really a very sad, yesterday was a very sad day. And I feel for the Salvadorian community. There are many options, and they have to find a way to adjust their status.
County residents who are detained and facing deportation may be eligible for free legal services through the Immigration Services and Language Initiative.